Our balance was better when we put our right sides on, matched our car better. We ran faster laps. So, I mean, I know 4 tires eventually is going to be better as soon as those lefts get some laps on them, but hopefully we get out there and to see how it goes. It should make for a good race there at the end.
All right, a little decision-making on the restart here. Dave?
Scott Zipadelli's driver, Kyle Larson, runs third. What are your prospects for the end here, do you think?
I think we're in good shape right now. We've got 4 tires, and the 5's got 2. Hopefully with the added heat cycles on his left sides and these cautions that, hopefully we'll have a little bit of advantage if we can get by the 98 quick enough and try to get this Colgate car up front and get in victory lane.
Sounds good from here, Vince.
Adam Stevens, the crew chief for Kyle Busch, from 16th to 8th on that last restart. Now, do you have enough with those tires to get to the front?
Boy, I think we do. It just all depends if we can get a run or not. We really did not want to see that caution and split the strategies, and we didn't have our best stop there and got us back in traffic. But I tell you, this Nationwide Insurance Series is tough, and they're out to get you. And when you're the leader, you're kind of a sitting duck. But I still feel like we have the car to beat, and if we can get a good restart, we have something for them.
Alan?
Kevin Harvick, the leader, has chosen the inside lane for the restart.
Where you have to take the top personally. You got the 98 on old stuff. 42 will be lined up on the bottom. You have the 2 behind you.
You think you'll spin your tires, that oil dry though on the top side there, Kevin, get going?
I mean, there's none in the restart zone, is there? No, not in the restart zone.
Well, he made the decision, as Ernie Cope said. Kevin would make the decision. He did. He chose the inside. Here we go. 27 laps left. Harvick gets away with the race lead. And as we hit the top of the hour, if you're looking for the Alabama Southern Miss football game, it will start in 5 minutes on ESPN3 and on ESPN Goal Line. Check your cable listings. Kickoff about 5 minutes away there. We've still got a little bit of racing left to do to finish this one up here in Joliet. Kyle Busch is up to 6th place on the restart break. There he is working the 60 car. Chris Buescher for 5th place.
He's finding this going kind of tough back here. These drivers and teams are going to be tougher to pass. That's allowing Kevin Harvick to get a little further away, beating him about 1.5 tenths or so a lap here. So it'll be tough.
Buescher just popped the wall. You saw him kind of sidestepping it up off the corner, trying to keep his foot in the gas.
Well, he's giving it all he has on those older tires.
So Kyle Busch now in 6th. I think I said 5th a minute ago. He's in 6th. Coming up on 5th and 4th here, who are side by side in front of him. Ryan Blaney 22, Brian Scott 2. How about taking them both at once?
What a move. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, boy, played that perfectly. He got the perfect run down the back straightaway with the 2 cars side by side, and they left him just enough room getting into turn 3 to squeeze that out. 2 at a time, that'll work for him and get him there, give him a shot at getting there anyway.
Up to 4th. Next ahead, Aric Almirola, 98. Busch has a big run on him off turn 2. Up to 3rd.
He's still about 2.5 seconds behind Kevin Harvick. I thought it was an interesting comment. I heard Ernie Cope, the crew chief on the 5 car, say that their car was a little better when they put those right side tires on. I have to agree. I'm not sure if it's the clean air so much as it was just changing the right size, but Harvick's car's the best it's been all day right now. The whole key will be, will those left sides hold up for if we go green to the end here? Do they give up enough speed for the 42 and the 54 to try to catch the 5?
So now you begin to watch the timing and scoring and check lap times on Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. And see if Kyle's gaining any ground on the race leader as these next 20 laps or so wind by.
It was about a 10th and a half that last lap. Now that Kyle Busch has gotten clear of all of that traffic that he gained on Kevin Harvick.
Here's fourth place, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, 22.98.
I'll tell you what, if Ryan Blaney goes on and gets a top 5 out of this day, that'll be an outstanding job by this driver and crew chief.
Kyle Busch, fastest that lap. Well, he's basically been the fastest car all day. Just that one little caution that fell right in the middle of a kind of a cycle made people, or actually opened it up for people to do different things than they did.
That speed difference that you saw there was 100th of a second, so he's going to have to bid it a little bit more than that. He's going to run him down from about 2.3 seconds back.
It was a full 10th that lap.
Now he's going to have to deal with the 42 car, who's not going to wait over when he gets there.
I don't think he's just going to give it to him.
42 car Kyle Larson also on 4 fresh tires from when they pitted last, like Kyle Busch.
But I do think inside the last 10 laps that there's a good chance that Kevin Harvick's car could start giving up quite a bit of grip. At one time we had a big cloud cover in turns 1 and 2. It gotten shaded quite a bit, but got full sun down there now.
I see something, though, for tomorrow. I mean, track position seems to be worth more than tires. We're going to see some strategy tomorrow.
Almirola trying to hang on here, 5th place with Ty Dillon in the 3 and Trevor Bayne in the 6, trying to find a way around him.
And Almirola's done a nice job being left out there on those tires and restarting up there. He's held on quite well. Certainly good information for him and his race team tomorrow.
Bayne races hard to the inside of Almirola. Certainly been a day of data gathering for one of the drivers in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, Dave.
Certainly true for Eric Almirola. When he got the clean air out front, he couldn't believe the difference. And now he knows for tomorrow if he can ever make that happen. One other small thing, the earplugs that he's using so he can hear his crew, they're not right. And so he learned that today. He doesn't have to worry about it tomorrow. The more distractions that Eric can check off, the better chance he has of making it to the second round of the chase.
Now Almirola, one of those 4 drivers in that field of 16. Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup competitors, running the double-duty races today. Denny Hamlin with the engine failure earlier. There's where the chase drivers are running at the moment.
Smith there, who we saw come in that last time, get his set of tires on, drop back there, but has made a nice charge back up there for a day. It looked like they were once again maybe going to lose points to Chase Elliott in the 9 car. It's actually going to be a positive gain at this point in time, and he's got a few more here that he could possibly pass and make this a good, solid point stay.
Chase Elliott, after running top 5 much of the day, shuffled back in that same strategy session that caught out Kyle Busch. And now Chase Elliott back in 12th position. While this all goes on, Kyle Busch has not really made any significant gains on Kevin Harvick up front. Really, the gap first to third is what it's been the last several laps around now.
Yeah, when we talk about this air and the track position, you see how much better that 5 car is out front. But it also, look how much Kyle Busch has given up speed since he doesn't have that clean air. He's not really able to make any ground on Kyle Larson. See now why these restarts are so important.
I'm sure you've been in this situation before where you've had the car that was the class of the field and circumstances have turned you around. Does that come into your mind at all while you're back there trying to overcome this deficit, or are you just focused on business at hand and you get to lament the circumstances later?
Well, you're thinking about it. Yeah. If you haven't already chewed the microphone off or into there because you're upset about it, it is a very aggravating situation. And, these drivers probably face it even more today than what we did, where the aero was a factor, but it's even more so now because the competition is so much greater. But, yeah, it's a day that makes you very aggravated as a driver. You try to keep the post and do what you got to do, but you see another one slip away.
It always kind of seems to work out. There'll be a race that you'll win that you don't deserve maybe sometime, and you don't apologize for it because you've had days like this where Kyle Busch has had the dominant car, now he's at a deficit. Well, Harvick had this same thing going in the Cup race at Atlanta, dominated all night long, and then ended up getting in a crash late in the race. So I mean, if Harvick's able to pull this thing off, this would be the kind of a payback for him.
Sorry, Andy, just joining us. We're into the final now. 9 laps here of the NASCAR Nationwide Series race at Chicagoland Speedway, Joliet, Illinois, looking for Southern Miss in Alabama. College football, the game is just kicked. You can see it on ESPN3 and ESPN Goal Line until the race is over. And, of course, we'll take you there to Tuscaloosa as soon as we're done and as soon as the checkered flag flies here with our NASCAR competition today. Tomorrow, the opener in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Kyle Busch on pole position as we watch Chase Elliott racing for a spot with Eric Almirola. Elliott in the 9, the NASCAR Nationwide Series Championship leader starting the day. The 18-year-old from Georgia looking to maintain most of his lead when this one's over, as he's only 4 spots behind his closest rival for the championship as we run into these final few laps. Elliott Sadler 11, Brian Scott 2. Racing for 8th and 9th. While we're watching this, I'm just thinking if I'm one of these NASCAR Sprint Cup Series drivers or crew chiefs and I'm getting ready for race 1 in this new chase format on Sunday and what it's going to be like, I am expecting a very intense day with the strategy, with the track position, with the restarts and so on. I think we'll see, like we normally do at Chicagoland, a couple of long runs where things get a little spread out, but each time the caution flag waves is going to be an opportunity for the entire picture to be reset.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that, and you have crew chiefs probably up most of the night thinking about different scenarios and things, and we see here a 2-tire situation. Now, even though the Cup tire, right side tire, is a little bit different, you've got to still believe that opportunity is going to present itself, especially with the cool temperatures and the left side not wearing enough to make a huge difference then.
Yeah, I think the key is the left side. This is the same left side they run tomorrow, and it is holding up well.
And 5 laps to go for Kevin Harvick.
He's been able to maintain and pretty much keep the same lap times and match those lap times of the 42 of Kyle Larson and the 54 of Kyle Busch since he jumped out there and got this 2-second lead that he has.
Sun angle getting to be at a critical time of day for Kyle Busch and these drivers.
Yeah, just something else that they will face tomorrow afternoon so that he can get himself prepared inside, because there's nothing that's more aggravating than having the sun affect you to where you can't see and do the things that you need to do in the car. So that'll be good information for him.
3.5 laps to go. This is the race for second. Kyle Larson 42, Kyle Busch 54. Will we see a late yellow flag and another restart, or is it going to run out to the checkers from here? Kevin Harvick out in front by 2 seconds as they come to 3 to go. And of course, for Kevin Harvick, the name on the lips of many as one of the favorites to win the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series championship. Been a factor in so many races. Certainly had the speed in his race cars for the last, all season long, but really these last several weeks. He's shown they've got pace. Made some pit crew changes this week, swapping over members of Tony Stewart's 2011 championship team to service this 4 car for the championship run, and has appeared to have some pretty good pace in his Sprint Cup Series machine for tomorrow's race also. He'll line up for that one in the 12th position.
Yeah, and it's going to be important. He's obviously learned a lot. You know, another important thing here is you see the Jimmy